What's up? What's up? What's up? Come on in. Come on in. Like, share, and all that good stuff. What's up? What's up? Getting ready to have a good conversation. Just wondering why Facebook tripping on me as usual. Oh, I think they want my link in there. Let me take that link out. Divine Books and Arts.com. Yeah, that might make them happier because I can't have my link in my bio or anywhere on Facebook. They literally straight banned me. So what's going on? Get to chop it up. All right, starting the video. Let's do it. All right, let the party begin. As y'all know, Happy New Year's. You know, it's my first live actually this year so far in 2023. So congratulations to everybody who made it. As you know, I'm rocking my King's cloak, my robe. I'm just thankful. You know, a lot of good things going on. But I just want to have a conversation, at least put it out there regarding, what about our men? Seriously, what about our men? So I'll give a couple of more seconds to let people jump in. Who jumping in? Who jumping out? Jump out. Let your friends, let your folks know. King Kevin is in the building, baby. Now, if you guys don't realize or not, we're in a dire situation. Our black women ain't listening to us. Our children despise us, and they're doing whatever and anything that they want to do. As a matter of fact, when it comes to children, a lot of children acting like children of the corn. If you guys haven't seen Children of the Corn, where the children rebelled and took over the town, and just very ugly situation. But the writing is on the wall. When a man is not there, there is no provision, there's no protection, there's no security, there's no authority, little to no authority. Not saying that women don't have any authority, but if you have children, kids listen to their fathers, who are usually the one that disciplines, the disciplinarian in the relationship, in that household. The word husband itself means to band together, to hold it down, to hold it together. And that's is not the case. But I do understand the plight of our men. I work as a contractor, renovations, mold removal, water damage restoration. My company called Sky Clean Air Services. .com, SkyCleanAirServices.com here in Atlanta, Georgia. We service people all over the state of Georgia, and a few times in different states I've been asked to do certain special jobs. Now, the reason why I bring that up is I work with a lot of men, men who are fathers, men who are husbands, baby daddies, ex-cons, guys who some of them just don't have their life together. Only thing they have going for them is the fact that they want to, make some money sometimes. And unfortunately, a lot of the guys in the field and contracting, they just want to work long enough to make some beer money, enough to get some weed money, strip club, whatever substance that they abuse in their life, whether it be weed, cocaine, heroin, women, whatever the case may be. But I do know this, though, that our men need our help. A lot of the guys I work with, they make excuses on why they can't work today or work this week. They got this coming up, that coming up. They're canceled at the last minute. They literally just break their word on a regular basis and see nothing wrong with it. And to me, it's just a microcosm of what's really going on in the bigger picture. And this is why, part of the reason why I'm making this video. Now, recently, there's been a couple of suicides in the black community. whether they kill their careers, reputation online, posting every and anything for the world to see, which makes absolutely no sense at all. Or they literally commit suicide, like DJ Twitch. Now, DJ Twitch supposedly had a suicide note in his hotel room before he killed himself, before he took himself out. And the suicide note mentioned a lot of life issues in the past that he was having, financial situations, and possibly why he killed himself, and maybe and the insurance will cover, because his family will benefit from the insurance policy, which covers the funeral, and covers a lot of financial obligations that he probably would have been responsible for, but his children, his family gets to get that money, hopefully, because a lot of insurance policies, if you commit suicide, you're disqualified from receiving, your people benefiting from, like, it cancels your insurance policy when you commit suicide. A lot of times. Um, I have no interest in committing suicide. I hope you don't either. And if you're thinking about it, you want to listen to this message. Now, there's a huge spike in suicides within the Black community. Matter of fact, the Black community, Black men are the number one population commit suicide, 25, from 24 to 35. And actually, the numbers get higher, but within that age range. Our teenagers are killing themselves at a higher rate than whites and Hispanics. That's another troubling thing. 80% of suicides committed in the Black community are committed actually by men. We kill ourselves the most. No one really listens to, listens to us. Take in consideration our issues, our problems, our stress. It's all about the women, catering to our women, especially if your woman is pregnant. Everyone is, I had a baby, my baby daughter, she's a year and a half, right? And when the mother of my child was pregnant, all the attention was going to her, you know what I'm saying? And only one person out of everybody who's calling and texting and coming by to visit, they all came to her. Only one person asked me, did I need any help? You know what I'm saying? With anything. That was my cousin Gary. So hold it down, my cousin Gary. But Gary came through and helped me, with a few things, and his brother, my cousin Sanchez. So God bless them. But they asked, hey, you need any help? I know, things can be a little stressful, yada yada. You need to put things together, get things prepared for the baby, any help organizing anything. And I did. And I really appreciate that. And I showed them I appreciate it, with a dinner and some good drinks and, a good time. But this is what I'm talking about, though. Many of us don't even realize how bad of a state of mind our men are in, let alone the whole high value man that Kevin Samuels put out there, So a lot of guys took offense to that title, high value men. A lot of women cling to it. Yeah, I want a high value man. I want a high value, sexy, tall, making six figures a year type men. But they barely make 40,000 for themselves, or barely can provide for themselves. But so all their hopes and dreams are based on what a man can do. So when a man doesn't meet up to that fantasy world they have, everything comes crumbling down. And we all know what's going on online and social media. But I want to make sure that I play a little Kevin Samuel for you guys, so you guys can pretty much see what what I'm talking about. He has a video that he put out about 2 years ago, about 700,000 views, called "What is a High Value Man?" And so I'm gonna play this for you guys just to tune in and to check it out right quick. And let's see here if I can get this thing playing. I actually want to show it on the screen so you guys can see it right now. All right, well, at least you're gonna listen to it. You hear it. All right, Kevin Samuels, rest in peace. Mm-hmm. Now that was Kevin Samuels. As you all know, he passed away, and it was definitely, he mentioned something that sparked my interest when I listened to this video. When he said that a high value man, when his presence is there, it is felt. When the high value man isn't there, what I'm saying, people miss them because they were useful. They utilized their skill sets. They did something. The community benefited from his presence. Now, question I'm gonna ask all my men here: if you were to die today or tomorrow, would you be missed a little bit or highly missed? Would your household crumble because you're not there? And many of you guys, if you be honest, you be missed a little bit. Some people pour out a little liquor for you. You know what I'm saying? Might smoke some weed for you. Might get a T-shirt for you, but that's it. After about a week or two, you're gone. You're forgotten because you haven't done anything of significance in your life for the community and for the group. Now, you guys didn't hear the whole video because I'm not gonna play the whole video during my session, but Kevin Samuels was definitely on to something. He also mentioned another thing regarding in this video, how much do you understand your own self-worth and self-value as a man, not based on what social media is saying, not based on what the news is saying, or whatever case may be, but what determines your value? How valuable are you to your community, to yourself, to your family? Are you there for your children? Are you providing, protecting your children? If a man is not providing, protecting for his children, he is not a man. If a man is not protecting his family, not protecting his community, not protecting his own reputation, his own word, back in the day, your word was bond. If you said something, that meant something. I was reading actually just recently in the Bible, Genesis 24:3. And I was reading it because, and shout out to Pastor Jamal Bryant, he was saying about Genesis 24:3, about how Abraham sent his servant to find a wife for his son Isaac, right? And he said, and he didn't just tell him and send him out there to go find a woman, to find a queen, to find a wife for his son. He made him make an oath, a covenant with Abraham. And he told him, put his hand under his thigh. And I'm like, put your hand on their thigh? What you mean by that? You know what I'm saying? And these days, a lot of people are homophobic. So when you read something like that, like, what does that mean? I'll tell you what it means. Back then, they didn't just speak words. You had to do something to hold your word and to make it bond. So he told him to put his hand under his thigh so that they can have a connection. Like, it was a tradition back then, so they could have a connection. You are my skin, you're under my groin. This is what you're giving me your word you're gonna go do. And so the servant, who must have been highly important to Abraham's whole household, that he trusted him with something extremely important, to find a good wife for his son. And he told him, do not do it. Do not find a wife in this land. He sent him to another land. You know what I'm saying? Don't get a woman in the land of Canaan. Like, I'm in Atlanta right now. So if that was me, I'd be like, do not get a woman in Atlanta for my son. You know what I'm saying? Do not find a woman, or do not find a man for my daughter in the land of Atlanta. You know what I'm saying? Go to Augusta. You know what I'm saying? Go to Fort Lauderdale. Go to Texas, Houston, Texas. Somewhere outside from your immediate environment. I'm just kidding about the cities. I love Atlanta, so I ain't shooting no shots at Atlanta. But seriously though, think about it. And he went and found a woman for his son. You know what I'm saying? And the beauty behind that is that the man was sent out on a mission. He was useful to go and find a woman of value, a high value woman for my son. A lot of men today are undervalued. We are undervalued, underappreciated in society where the opportunities are high and the morals are very low. The opportunities are very high, but the morals are low, which means that there's an imbalance. You have increased opportunities to do XYZ, suicide, prostitution, robberies, thievery, stealing, and killing. But doing the right thing, you know what I'm saying, is extremely low. You know what I'm saying? Things of keeping your word, not playing games with people's time, being a man or woman of honor. Those things are extremely low. And by Kevin Samuels dying, his presence is felt. It was felt while he was alive, and he's even more felt now that he's dead, because women, a lot of backward thinking women, Vivica Fox, I just, her name can pop up right in my mind. Nicki Minaj, Cardi B. If these are quote unquote high value women, but morally they could be piss poor. You know what I'm saying? So high value for a man has a lot to do with you being able to provide for yourself and provide for your family. So don't allow women who are these traditional modern day women. They're not trying to hear what you're saying. They don't care how you feel. They don't care what you're going through. What can you do for me? What have you done for me lately, right? So we need to go back to what does it mean to be a husband? What does it mean to be a man? A lot of males today are just men who are adult males, who have adult penises, who have adult issues, but they act as little boys. Trust me, I work with a lot of adult males who are quote unquote men, but they act like boys. Now, the reason why that is, as a man, as a king, I am not a king unless I am crowned a king by a queen. So we are lacking queens in the society. Why are we lacking queens in society? Because the men are not at the houses. We're killing themselves. We are either dead or in prison or non-existent. So, I'm challenging you men to stand up. I'm challenging you men to make yourself important. What is your relative importance in your community, in society today? Are you doing things just to get by, or are you doing things to fulfill your destiny and purpose? Now, you all know I wrote the book, several books actually. Actually, my next book is called A 1,000-Year War Against Haiti. America's and France's 1,000-Year War Against Haiti. And I put my Cashapp and everything on the screen for you guys who, want to support, and it would be a blessing, to me and what I'm doing. So I'm going to put my Cashapp up here, courage to believe. And I just, I just really, really, really always wanted to know, why is it, what I'm saying? Why is it that men today give up so easily on any challenge, any little adversity we throwing in the towel, like we some straight pussies, man? Like seriously. I'm 42 years old, so I'm a vet in the game. I've been a few corners, and I've actually, come from the trenches. I actually built myself up from the trenches and doing my own thing. And I'm proud of that. CEO, author, father, mentor, what I'm saying? Filmmaker. Like, I'm making use of my time. What is it going to take to get men to make themselves relatively important in this society today? Now, hip hop has not committed, but it's doing a brain drain. Hip hop has created a brain drain where all we want to do is bop our heads, look fly, put on the flyest clothes, look good for a few shots on social media, get extra likes and et cetera, et cetera. But what does that lead us to? What does that do for us as a community if we're not in the home? I don't care what the situation is with your significant other. If you have children, do not rush and make these haste decisions based on your emotions and bitterness towards each other to impact the children. Some women you're not going to ever be able to work it out with. You know what I'm saying? Because some women are straight witches in the other word, but seriously, witches. So you're not going to get things to work out, but does not mean you're not there for your children. The reason why there aren't as many queens as there used to be back in the day, because really the men started being kicked out of homes since the 70s when it came to welfare. You know what I'm saying? Kicked out the home. You couldn't even get welfare if the man was in the home. So literally government forced men out of homes, particularly black men. If a man was in the house, you were not getting those benefits, you're not getting those food stamps, not getting the Section 8, you know, you're not getting those benefits from the government. And women, or black women, embrace that law and kick the men out. And now the men are used to staying out. One of the biggest things issues I have, Lord knows is the biggest issue I have. And this is something that at some point in time, I want to learn to quantify this information for you guys, is that a man is not keeping his word, especially when another man is depending on him. If we cannot keep our words to each other, what good are we? What good are you as a man? So I go back to the original question, King Kevin's original question, what about our men? You know, when I first moved to Atlanta back in 2018, I was volunteering at a church, the Rock Church of Atlanta, located in Forest Park, just outside of Atlanta. But they were doing a food drive every morning. Not a food drive, but a breakfast drive. You know, you come there, get a good hot breakfast. I mean, grits, eggs, bacon, sausages, toast, orange juice, coffee. You get a free haircut. And at this church that was in the Pittsburgh area of Atlanta, those who know the metro area of Atlanta, off there, or Pryor University, you know, you had to listen to the word of God. They had to give you a sermon, you know, a message from the pastor, you know, to encourage these, you know, these people who are homeless or just going through some things. And I was going through my own thing, but I was looking flat, you know what I mean? But I was volunteering, you know, before I go to work, I rush, volunteer for a couple hours, and then, you know, head off to work. Because I think the breakfast program started like 6:30 in the morning. And so my job usually was there to, you know, handling the juice. The women handle the food, the men handle the juice and the coffee. So I'm pouring the juice, and you know, I'm in the cafeteria of the church, and I noticed that every person in there, homeless person in there, were men, and it bothered me. Like, it deeply bothered me. And I asked the young lady next to me, I'm like, so this is a men's program? She said, no, this is for everybody, just that only men come. Not saying there's no homeless women, not that I want to see homeless women, but that made my heart sink. You ever been in a situation where you just felt small? Maybe not something that directly impacted you or affected your life, but you just felt small about it. You know, I felt small when she said that, because I empathize with these men. I'm like, wow. So it showed me either one, society's bent on destroying men, seeing to the devastation and annihilation in society, particularly black men. Marcus Garvey, Dr. Amos Wilson, been saying that for years. Dr. Francis Cress Wilson, rest in peace. They've been saying that for years. The destruction of the black man, the annihilation of a black man. And I'm seeing this with my own eyes in Atlanta. True story, no cap, true story. And as I continued volunteering and or even being a participant in other events, because you know, I sell my books. You know, I wrote 3 books, like 4 books actually, and I mentioned one of them, The 1,000-Year War Against Haiti, which will be coming soon. It won't be coming out this year. I don't want to rush to come out this year, but believe me, it'll be coming out this time next year in 2024. Pre-orders are available. It's 1,000-Year War Against Haiti. I'm gonna share my screen again, and I just want to show you guys, that's the book right there. But I wrote 3 other books, right? Seven Types of Queens, King Desire, which is this one, the Winner in the Mirror, and The Courage to Believe, which is my first one. But as a vendor, a lot of events are hosted by women, so there's a lot of women in the building, and some of these programs were directly for women. So, and the only reason why I was invited to these events is because of this book. It's a relationship goals book, compare and contrast of ancient queens with the women of today. That's 7 Types of Queen, King Desire, which is it's only $16. You can get it on Amazon, but don't get on Amazon. Go to my website, KevinDorival.com. Amazon takes 70%. So I get invited to this event, these events, and I'm noticing that all these young girls and women have all these programs. But what are programs for the men? Where are the programs for the men? I'm asking myself this, right? And so luckily, I was able to take part in BBA, Black Boys Anonymous program that happens every first and third Saturday of the month in Atlanta at the Black Legacy Center. So shout out to King Reggie, King Jay Morrison, that who owns the building. He's a Black entrepreneur. Thank you everybody who just all the volunteers that's there looking out. Every other Saturday, they're sowing seeds, inspiration to the young Black boys. Very powerful program. If you follow me on Instagram at Courage to Believe, then it's something that I post on a regular basis. So finally, there's a program for men to to do their thing. You know what I'm saying? If you guys want to support me, as I mentioned, these are my books. Go to my store. Go to my store, support the king. Donations are definitely accepted. Cashapp, Zelle, whatever, or just book me on to come and speak. So I definitely want to make sure before I leave. And I was actually, and I almost lost my train of thought. This book here that you see on the screen, 7 Types of Queens, King Desire, is a book. And I'm going to turn this around for those on Instagram. This book here, I was actually working on 7 Types of Kings, Queens Desire, which is the follow-up to this particular book here. So yes, this I have ebooks, paperback, hardcover of this one. This is the book that sent me to London. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to Queen Suzanne, everybody who supported me up there in London, in the UK, in Haiti. I even spoke in Haiti, presented my books in Haiti back in 2017, 16. And those who know, you see the Haitian flag back there. I am Haitian. But first and foremost, we are African, you understand? So it's all one love. Marcus Garvey, UNIA. So so this is my website, KevinDorival.com. And so I was working on the follow-up, to the book, but now my focus, because I'm a man of vision, right? I'm a man of vision, a man of integrity and honor. And there's no way I can sit back and not write a book on what's going on in Haiti as we watch, the country unfold. You know what I'm saying? It's literally a failed state at the moment, and not the fault of Haiti alone. There's a lot of international players that played a part, America, France, et cetera, et cetera. But I haven't posted a blog in quite some time, so I got to update. But this is my blog, and I'm gonna update this list. I got blogs that haven't posted it up, but regardless, I just want you guys to understand this. Speaking to my men, you know what I'm saying? Speak to my men, and you can reach out to me. You need a little advice? Send me a message on my website, KevinDorival.com. Send me a message. Hit me up on whatever social media platform you're on, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. DM me, tell me who you are. I actually had a guy call me once from Louisiana, and I was in the middle of a job, and I lost his number when he called me, and he wanted some advice, and I felt so bad. I was literally in the middle. I just didn't know who he was, and I wanted to call him back, and somehow the number, I had issues with my phone, so literally lost contact. But I want more calls like that, more information like that. I'm not, your Kevin Samuels or your Dr. Umar Johnson or none of that, Dr. Emmons Wilson. But I am King Kevin Dorival. I got my own vibe, doing my own thing, and I want my men to go back to being providers and protectors. Back in the Zulu land, the Shaka Zulu, right? Shaka Zulu, in the Zulu warrior tribe, a man could not even get any sex. He could even smell a punani, nor marry unless he fought for several years in the army. You know what I'm saying? We need to go back to that, because our men are too weak today. And we need to get our men back strong, back mighty. Congratulations to Georgia Bulldogs for winning the championship. They slaughtered TCU, who didn't even show up. I don't know what them dudes were doing. They didn't even show up. But we need our men to show up and to show out. You know what I'm saying? Just because you're not a high value man, you don't make $600,000 or whatever the amount of money that you know what I'm saying, guys who make big money make, does not mean you're not valuable. Doesn't mean you're not important. Doesn't mean you're not significant. Doesn't mean you're not somebody. You understand? You bring something to the table. Stop living in a mediocre life, having a mediocre mindset, doing mediocre things. Set high goals for yourself and go after them. You may not have $1 in your pocket. You know what I'm saying? There's a couple of dollars on my desk. You may not have $10 to show for, but set a goal and be like, look, I'm going to buy that building. Yeah, the building's $1.2 million. I'm going to buy that building. And start making moves towards that. You know what I'm saying? How do I buy a $1.2 million commercial building? How do you do it? So you start putting energy behind it. How do I start my own company? Just start it. Start working. Then get the corporation stuff going. You know what I'm saying? Get incorporated. Have your business plan ready. Have the name of your business. Get a shirt printed. You know what I'm saying? Get your cars out there. Start, providing good service. Start doing things more than just I'm sitting back waiting for someone else to pay me, or let me not go to work today. I got enough beer money for the day. I'm good. No, man. We need to start standing up again. For real, for real. We need our men to start standing up, and we need our women to start listening, being cooperative. A man loves women who is cooperative. A lot of our men go on the deep end. They're stressed out, and you stressing them out with your with your backwardness, with your sabotage spirit of Jezebel. And our men, we need more women that are soft and gentle, who's going to listen to us. Please listen. Stop arguing about petty things. We got so many things we need to be doing together, and we can't do it alone. We need each other. All right. Anyways, King Kevin in the building. I'm out. Hope y'all enjoyed this video. I have plenty more to go. I just got a lot of things I need to take care of. But, it's King Kevin Dorival, KevinDorival.com, Cashapp, $ Courage #2 Believes, Instagram, Twitter, @Courage2Believe. You'll find me everywhere. Please subscribe, like, share this video, and many blessings. May this year be a great year to you all. And keep your head up. Peace.